PHUKET XTRA is brought to you by Coast Beach Club and Bistro at Centara Grand Beach Resort. Chill in the sun, sip under the stars.
Sawadee krap, and welcome to PHUKET Extra, brought to you by Coast Beach Club and Bistro at Centara Grand Beach Resort, Phuket. I'm JP Mastanza, and it's really hot outside. More on the Samkong underpass in a moment. I'm standing on top of what is supposed to be the Samkong underpass, and streets are being paved southbound inside the tunnel and northbound on top of the tunnel. It's been almost 2.5 years since the Samkong underpass started, and it looks like WeWalk construction is finally close to kinda moving along with the project. Now, it was delayed countless amount of times. It was supposed to be finished on April 10th, but an inspector from the Thailand Ombudsman's office put an axe to that plan as WeWalk construction clearly couldn't finish it in time. Now, as you can see right here behind me, workers are laying down a lot of water because there's a lot of dust in this area because of the drought and because of the heat and because of the vehicles passing by. Dust is being kicked up all over the place. It looks like a desert here sometimes. But things are still moving along despite the fact that WeWalk construction is still being fined 2 million baht a day since earlier this year. Now, everyone here at the Phuket News is really excited for the Samkong underpass to finally be finished because our offices are right across the street, and it remains to be seen just how much longer this project will take. And now a developing story out of Bangkok as the investigation into yesterday's explosion at Hua Lamphong train station continues. 2 people were hurt during the blast when one of the men stubbed out a cigarette inside a glass bottle that was filled with gunpowder, known as a ping pong bomb. Police later picked up a 3rd man suspected of having left the bottle, and he is still being questioned. And a new study revealed yesterday that gambling habits in Thailand start as young as 7 years old. Over 7,000 people from the ages of 15 and above were included in the study, the results of which were made public at an event by the Center for Gambling Studies and National Health Foundation. While most of the respondents say they began gambling at age 20, others say they started at 7 years old with some small card games. Out of all the types of gambling, the results show that Thais love the lottery the most, both underground and government sponsored, while the majority of gamblers tend to come from the northeast, followed by Bangkok, the north, and the south. And sit tight, PHUKET Extra will be right back after this.
Phuket's authentic Indian cuisine has arrived to Bollywood Phuket Restaurant and Bar. Open 11 to 11 and close Tuesdays. Go to bollywoodphuket.com.
Welcome back to PHUKET Extra. Thailand tried to defend its human rights record during a review at the United Nations yesterday, but the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva said the Thai's delegation's pledges were meaningless unless real change happens. Countries around the world raised questions and concerns about the kingdom's restrictions on freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, in addition to the soldiers' powers to arrest and detain anyone arbitrarily. And a family in Samut Prakan are mourning the loss of a 3-year-old girl who died yesterday after being locked in a school van for over 7 hours in this heat. Investigators say the driver and his assistant forgot the little girl in the back of the van because she fell asleep. The 3-year-old was found face down on the floor in the middle of the afternoon after she was asphyxiated by the heat. The driver and his assistant were both charged with her death. And Bangkok is the 18th most appealing destination in the world for international retailers. That's according to the Destination Retail 2016 report, which ranks the top global cities by how many international brands set up shop within them. Asia boasts 5 out of the top 10 most appealing cities, with Hong Kong leading the way 2nd in the world, just behind London, which came first. Bangkok, meanwhile, was ranked just ahead of Las Vegas, primarily because of the Ratchaprasong area of the city, which includes Siam Paragon, Central World, and Siam Square. Well, that's it for all of us here at PHUKET Extra, brought to you by Coast Beach Club and Bistro at Centara Grand Beach Resort, Phuket. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
This is the Phuket News. This is Novosti Phuketa. This is Puji Dao Xinwen, the new Chinese language newspaper for Phuket. Available at 600 locations around Phuket. Your island, your newspapers.